Hello, my amazing artists, and welcome to another Art with me, Miss Taub. This week, we are going to continue our talk about color families. So, if you have your color wheel critter, I want you to get it out because we're going to talk about why color families are related to each other. And that has to do a lot with where they are on the color wheel. So, let's take a look at this color wheel and notice where the primary colors are. Remember, the primary colors are the first colors. They're the most important colors because they make the secondaries and even what are called the tertiary colors. So, yellow, red, and blue, they kind of make this pinwheel shape when you look at them on the color wheel. Secondary colors, they also make that pinwheel shape, but they're flip-flopped, right? So this empty space is now a secondary color. Secondary colors again are green, orange, and purple. These are two of the color families that you will get to choose from for your artwork this week. Let's talk about a few more color families first. Here is our color wheel again. And on this color wheel, if we were to split it down the sideways middle, it's the middle, but it's on its side a little bit, we would have two more color families. The first one being the warm colors. I'm sure you remember the warm colors. They are all right next to each other on the color wheel. That is their relation. They're related, just like a family where you are related to your family members. These colors are related because they are next to each other. Now, the warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, are called the warm colors because they remind us of the sun or the heat or lava, right? So that's a really easy way to remember which are the warm colors. You might also want to put pink in with the warm colors because pink is something called a tint. A tint is where you add white to make a color light. So if we add white to red, we would create pink. So pink really is a warm color too. On the opposite side of the color wheel are those cool colors. Again, their relation to each other is that they're next to each other, just like the warm colors. The cool colors, green, blue, and purple, remind you of cooler things like ice cubes or water or grass or trees or mountains. All of those things can really help you to remember the cool colors. These are two other color families that you will have the option of choosing for this week's assignment. Last but certainly not least, we have the neutral colors. Now, on your color wheel that you made, you won't have the neutral colors because our color wheels really only have 6 colors, or they should. So, we like to say that the neutral colors aren't on a color wheel. Neutral colors often remind us of nature, like wood or a bunny rabbit, like in this picture. Now, what are we making this week, Miss Taub? Well, we are going to be creating something called a found object sculpture. A sculpture is a work of art that you can see all the way around. For example, this hand sculpture is part of a bigger project that I made in school. So I actually made a copy of my hand. I just really want to show you that a sculpture is an object you can see all the way around. If you were to have a flat image, like a drawing or a painting, you only really see that one side of your picture. But with sculptures, they are 3D, so they're popping forward and you can see all the way around them. That means that when you are creating your sculpture this week, you are going to be using found objects, objects from around your house. You're going to go on a scavenger hunt in your house, and I want you to find all of one color family. You can do primary colors, blue, red, yellow, or the secondary colors, orange, green, purple, or you could do the warm colors, the cool colors, or even the neutrals. That is up to you because you are the artist. Once you go on your scavenger hunt and you find all of your objects, you're going to put them together in a mindful way. What that means is you're not just going to throw them on a table and be like, I'm done, take a picture. I want you to think about where you're placing your objects and how they look related to each other. So, for example, this is a found object sculpture by an artist named Barbara Frank. I chose this picture because she uses the primary colors, and what she actually does is she makes them out of recycled materials or metal. She bends metal and then puts it all together to create this amazing bird. How cool is that? This one is by an artist. His name is Nick Cave. Nick Cave makes something called sound suits, and there's actually a person inside of this sound suit. And his message behind his artwork is all about shielding him from the outside world. So he uses all of these found objects. Look at this turkey. He uses all these found objects to kind of hide from the outside world, which I think is pretty cool too. So, using these as inspiration, I want you to find around your house a few objects in a color family. I'm thinking I might use the warm colors because when I did this project with you guys last year, I did the cool colors. So I'm ready to try something a little bit different. Let's get started, and I'm going to get to show you how I created my found object sculpture.
The first thing you want to do is make sure a grown-up knows what you are doing with these objects because you don't want to be using objects that you're not supposed to play with. Then go on a hunt around your house for objects in a color family. I found this awesome candle holder and my Luna statue. I even went into my craft drawer and found these cool felt things that I thought could make a neat little placemat for my objects. Then I even went into other rooms and found this amazing Snoopy on a airplane, and I thought he was so many different warm colors, he'd be perfect for my sculpture. Then I found a nice spot in my house where I could arrange my sculpture and nobody would disturb it or touch it because I knew I was going to have to play around with the different placements to make sure that I found exactly what I wanted to use for my sculpture. You can build things from blocks or put things on top or upside down. It's really up to you. But once you have that sculpture, make sure you take a few pictures. I noticed in my picture that the bright orange placemat, it washed out all my colors. So I got rid of it and rearranged my objects, and I even changed it up a little bit. I maybe tried the ball on the table, I took away Luna, I just kind of played around before I really figured out exactly how I liked it. I even made sure, see, I took her out. I just was not happy with it. She didn't need to be there. So once you figure out your sculpture, make sure you take a picture because we're going to be using this next week too. I cannot wait to see your color family sculptures. Don't forget to send me a photo in Google Classroom and have fun. See you soon.